Hi guys, it's Marika here from Lake House Vlogs and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I thought we would do a little bit more of an in-depth look into what we're using for history here in the Lake House. I do have some other curriculum videos up if you would like to have a look at the rest of the subjects that we are studying, and I will throw a card up here for you. I have a video of all of the things that we're currently doing at the moment, and my last video was a post on our geography studies that we are doing. So for history, we are using The Story of the World. This is by Susan Wise Baauer, and this is volume 1, which is the ancient times from the earliest nomads to the last Roman emperor. We have a Charlotte Mason type feel to our homeschool here in the Lake House, and if you'd like to know more about the educational philosophy of Charlotte Mason, I will put some links down below in the description box for you. I have been watching Simply Charlotte Mason's podcast on YouTube, and she has an absolute wealth of information there. So I'll pop the links there, and if you'd like to know any more, you can go and watch those videos for yourself, because she will do a much better job at explaining what a Charlotte Mason homeschool approach is than what I will. But The Story of the World is a living book. It is not a textbook. It is a living book, and I will give you a little flip through so you can have a look at what a living book looks like. Let's have a closer look at The Story of the World. It is a living book. It is not a textbook, and living books are told as a story. So it still includes, have a look at the contents page, it still includes all the important facts in history, but it is told in the form of a story, which is much more engaging, I'm finding, for children. And there is characters as well that are in this story, and my kids so far are really loving it. So this is chapter 1, and it is talking about the first nomads. It's got great pictures as well with maps and illustrations. For instance, this is one of the first farming equipment that was made. So even though it's a story, it is still got really great facts. So that was the length of a chapter, just for you to have a look at. We do history once a week. You could pop this book into your morning basket, but we don't do this in our morning basket. We'll just save it for the afternoon when we do a lesson. So what we will do, we will read one chapter out of the book a week. And so breaking it up into small chunks for them is so much better for them to retain the information that they are reading. So I recommend just doing one chapter at a time. So what we will do, we will sit down together, and first of all, we will talk about what we remembered that we learnt the week before. And then I will read a chapter to the children, and then they will narrate back to me what it is that we have read. So we won't discuss it first. I won't give any of my ideas. I will just ask them to simply narrate to me what it is that they learnt. And then if they have questions, we can do that and have a general discussion. But narration is a really awesome way to for the children just to solidify their learning. And I will pop a link down below that will, if you follow that link, that'll go and tell you more about narrations and the value of narration in your lessons. And so once we have done that, then sometimes, but not all the time, we will then do a notebooking page. These are my children's notebooks. They're just A5 size, and I just got these from Kmart, and they are a sketchbook because we use... Sorry, someone knocked at my front door, so I totally cut you off. So I bought the sketchbook because they're thicker pages, because we use watercolour painting in our notebooks. And so when we did a chapter of nomads and the first farmers, this is the notebooking page of my 6-year-old daughter that we have done. So she has just drawn an illustration of what a nomad might look like and what the first farmer might look like. Now, there were no pictures in the chapter of what, there were no pictures in the book of what a nomad or a first farmer looked like. It just described them within the story. And so she has really thought about it and used her imagination to create these pictures. And I was just so proud of her. And then just around the outside, she has just written facts that she remembers about what the nomads did and what the first farmers did. That's my daughter, who is 6, and then this is my son, who is 10. He's in grade 5, and this was when we were talking about the Nile River. So he has just painted the Nile River here. He's drawn some little illustrations about what the ancient Egyptians used to use the Nile River for, and then he has done some writing. So he has written down here what he has remembered from what we read about the Nile River, and he's written a section, and then he this one here is a jot it down activity where you know, on this day, it took me a lot to get my son to write. He doesn't enjoy writing. My daughter does, but my son doesn't. So it actually took me a lot to get him to write this. So what I did, he has an amazing imagination, and he actually knows a lot of information, but for him, getting it on the page is what he struggles with. So for him, I just say to him, hey, let's do half and half. You do half, and then you narrate to me, and I will write down for you the rest of the information. And so I know that he knows it, but if I just get him to write it out, it won't come out of his head onto the paper. So I'm quite happy just to split that up at the moment and help a brother out. So that's my 10-year-old, and that's my 6-year-old, and then I do have a 4-year-old that joins us with these lessons, but he does not do notebooking pages. I will show you what it is that he does. So to study history, this is really all that you need. So if you are a minimalist homeschool, this is all that you need. But my children absolutely love books. They are book hounds, and they ask to go to the library every week. So what I have done is I have got all of these books out of the library for my children. So we will do this, we will do notebooking, and while my older children are doing that, my 4-year-old is sitting looking at these books. And so in particular, I've got this book for him that is for his age. And so he will sit down, he listens to this with us, and then he'll sit and look at this book, and I will read it to him. So I'll give you a quick flip through of this one. This is Usborne Look Inside Mummies and Pyramids. And we have got a whole collection of these books, and my kids love them. And my 10-year-old will even will read this to my little ones as well. So that's super, super helpful. So lots of great information, lots of flaps that they just love looking at. So we really love Usborne books. I think I've probably said that in nearly every homeschool video that we have that I've ever made, but they're really, really great. And then just some other things we picked up. We've got Meet the Ancient Egyptians. So this looks really good, again for them just to read during book time or reading time. We've got this series is Benjamin Blog and his Inquisitive Guide. These are actually really good. I've got some more of these as well. So this is about modern Egypt. Book about Egyptian pyramids, National Geographic book, and then I actually found this cool pop-up book at the op shop, so I just grabbed that. But as I said, the Story of the World book is really everything that you need. We've just added these in because my children absolutely love books, and we just read these after we've done our Story of the World lesson. So the Story of the World actually does come with another companion book, kind of like a teacher's book, that will have ideas for activities and things to go along with each chapter. I don't actually have that book. I just prefer to go at it on my own, and so I just have the book that I read, and we just do our notebooking pages. So there you have it. There's a little look inside our history curriculum. If you have any questions for me, please just leave a comment below. I'd love to start a conversation with you. You can find me in lots of different places on the World Wide Web. You can find me on Instagram. I have a blog that I write. So I will pop those links down below where you can find me. Again, thank you for watching my video, and I will see you next time. Bye.